How's it going? Got another one for you today. We've had some unusually nice weather here in Saskatchewan. It's been above freezing for over a week here in February. That is unheard of. There's another week of above freezing scheduled. So I had the cover off the car, had it fired up today. It's not actually going anywhere for at least a couple of months yet, I'm sure. In the last video, we did the front headlights, front shocks. Got that all dealt with. But this one, we're going to do the floor. I'm going to show how I did the transmission tunnel, bead rolled floor panels, finished up the firewall, got all that footage from when I did it. Pretty simple panels, really. I'll show the seat off in another video coming up. I'm actually going to modify it and alter it from where it is now. So we'll get into that in another one. I also picked up some different microphones that I'm going to give a try. Let me know what you guys think of the audio in this first clip compared to the rest of the video. I'm not 100% sold on it. Up to you guys if I keep using it or not. Anyway, let's get into it. So I think first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to make this rear piece here. It's underneath the seat. Doesn't need anything fancy. I'll just put some bead rolls in it or whatever. We're probably going to end up putting a battery tray back in here that we're going to drop down a couple inches. I found a battery online that I got to go pick up. That's going to actually fit in that location really well. It's an AGM battery as well, so that'll be perfect. Probably going to end up doing like a 3/4 inch steel square tubing frame that's kind of going to come along here, and over to here. It doesn't really need to stay in there, but I'm probably going to leave it anyway. It'll just add a little bit of rigidity. Once the transmission tunnel and everything's done and it's all tied into the firewall, there really won't be a need for it to be there, but it's just going to make making the panels that much easier. So this piece up first, show you, I got a couple of pretty neat tools that I use. So this is just a, looks like a ruler, right? Turn it on, and it actually shows you exactly what angle you got to cut stuff at. So I can put it in here, right? Run it like so. Okay, so it tells me that's 84.1 degrees. So now I can just measure the size that I need, the length at the front, put my 84 degree angle on here, come back, measure the width, and I'll cut that piece to fit, and then we'll just shape the corners a little bit to fit here. And that piece will just kind of butt weld in here. So like I said, we'll get that traced out on this panel, get it cut out, fit it in there, and I won't weld it in yet because I got to get it bead rolled. I don't have a bead roller, so I got to take it to a buddy's place. Once that's done, we'll start on the tube frame. Okay guys, you can actually see I got that piece fit in there. A couple of quick, easy measurements, right? I just needed the width, and then that tool made it really easy to calculate the corners. Length at, I really just had to calculate one end and then measure the angle, and then it would tell me where the other end needed to be, right? So marked the angle on both ends, and yeah, it worked out perfect. So you can see there's basically, it is no gap. It is a perfect fit. It actually feels perfectly flush, right? All the corners, I actually ground them nice tight. So that'll weld onto this edge all the way around. But first I got to take it, put some bead rolls in it, stiffen the panel up. Like I said, it's underneath the seat, so it really probably doesn't need it even, but I just don't want it kind of going whoom, 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 going down the road. So we'll probably put like 3 this way, or no, sorry, probably do 3 that way even. And then in the middle, do 3 that way, and then 3 that way kind of thing. Just something simple, just to stiffen the panel up a little bit, add some strength. So up next, like I said, gonna build a bit of a 3/4 inch steel tube frame here. So I'll get the tubing and we'll get started on that. Okay guys, you can see I made 2 matching ones, right? So the idea is, flip it over, got a mirrored one. So by making them exactly the same, it'll ensure that my transmission tunnel through the center of the truck can be even on both sides. It won't have a weird shape on one side and straight on the other or whatever. I like making things as symmetrical as possible. So anyway, this piece, I've got a mark on the floor here at 14.5 inches over from the edge on both sides. So I actually have to come in and cut this lip out because this drop here is actually 3/4 of an inch. So it'll actually put it flush, and I want the sheet metal flush with this top edge instead of sticking up the thickness of the sheet metal. So I'll just trim that out. Then I can put this tube in, just like so. A nice even gap all the way along the transmission. Then we can get started making the skin. So I'll make this skin first. I'll probably put a straight edge across from here over on this surface to try and make it so that this is level as well when I weld it in. Get that done on both sides. We'll make that skin. Probably tuck the skin as close forward as I can to the shifter for now. When I make that first piece of the transmission tunnel, it'll actually come to this bend back to about here, and it'll have a round end on it. We'll dome it, and it'll just have enough crown. Probably cut a hole in it big enough that I can access the shifter holes. I want to be able to remove the shifter. Serviceability is a good thing. I like building my stuff serviceable so that if there's ever a problem or you ever want to change the shifter, you don't got to pull the frickin' cab off the truck. So we'll get this skin made after I get those tacked in. And then we'll move on to the front panel before we start making the transmission tunnel. So the front panel there, we'll get it, just kind of made, trimmed as close as we can. We'll get those skins made and we'll come back. Okay, well apparently my camera's having problems with time-lapse clips. Some of you guys kind of hate them anyway. So, got all the pieces cut. I think after looking at this and making a plan here, what's probably going to end up happening, for the simplest, easiest way to do this, the firewall has a bulge here, and it actually has a step here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just continue this down flat, right up to it, and then it'll just get cut off and welded along here kind of thing. And then the transmission tunnel can just stay kind of, just necessary where it has to be. I'm going to keep it, as low as I can so it doesn't protrude into the cab a whole lot. So it actually, the transmission doesn't stick a ton into the cab. It's actually pretty good. So, like I say, it won't be a super huge bulge or anything inside the cab, so it'll be nice for floor space. Should work out pretty good. So I'm gonna just lay out a pattern here for what I wanna do for bead rolls. And I'll bead roll these and then get these pieces kind of welded in. And then we can start building off of that into a transmission tunnel. We'll probably have some trimming to do and stuff as we go on the transmission tunnel, but it'll all work out pretty good. So, get the pattern laid out and get my buddy to help me out bead rolling that tomorrow. Okay guys, got the bead rolling all done. Cut the hole for the steering column. You can see the pattern just kind of flows through the truck, right? It all just kind of lines up. Got started on templates here for the transmission tunnel. The back piece here, I'm going to try and make it in one piece with like a curved end or something. I got to think about that a little bit, about how I'm going to form carpet over it. So I've got some carpet. I might actually try and form some over a shape just to see how that goes before I get too carried away. Yeah, and then we'll get that piece tied in there. Like I said, gonna continue. You see how it's, you know, the firewall actually sticks out a little bit there. So we're actually going to continue this straight down here. And some of this is actually gonna get cut off the transmission. It's completely unnecessary, doesn't need to be there. So just for a little more clearance, a little more, you know, less likely to interfere. So I think up first here though, I'm gonna clean up the perimeter on this one and get this one welded in so that it's solid. I got a solid surface to work from then, and we'll just keep moving forward. Okay guys, rear section's welded in. See, it's really solid, nice and strong. There's no give in it at all. It's pretty tight. I just kind of ran the grinder around it really quick just to knock the top of the welds off. Not too worried about it. It's going to get some sound deadener or something put on the floor. I do want this thing to be comfortable and, you know, actually livable on a trip. So up next, I'm going to clean the perimeter of this again. Clean that up, get it ready to weld. And then we got to drill some holes in the skin around there. So we can do some plug welds all the way along, you know, following the edge, kind of like that. And then you can see I've got the first piece of the transmission tunnel kind of rolled up a little bit. And it fits just in there like so. So plan is, weld this piece in. We'll get that one tacked in place, and then we'll start building off of it coming back. Okay. Front section of the floor is all welded in. You can see where I got my spot welds all the way around on my frame that we made earlier. So this front piece of the transmission tunnel is actually, it's press fit in here quite well. So I'll put a few tacks on this to hold it solid, and then we'll get started. I'll make a paper template of what I'm doing back here. Okay guys, check it out. The last piece is made. So it's currently just lapped on top. As far as forming it, that was the easiest way to go about this. So what I'll do is I'll weld it from this side, and then when I pull the cab off, I'll be able to see exactly where I welded. I can trace it with the cutoff wheel, right? Do that on all the seams and cut it from the underside, grind it, make it nice. Might have to weld it from the other side to fill a seam or whatever. No big deal. This here, I'm not going to do anything with this just yet. Once we pull the cab off, I can actually make that a butt weld. After this is all welded solid, should be good. I might hold off on welding this here because I don't want this to warp yet, right? I want to be able to clamp everything, have it nice and tight. We'll have to make a couple pieces that go in here, close this last piece off. It'll kind of come down like this, right? And tie all that in. But we'll weld up most of these seams from this side to start off. Get this one up the sides, all the way around the perimeter. And then the floor is done, guys. So I'll probably do that all off camera. Wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update to the finished product. So you can see the corners there that I finished. Like I said, the heat effect zone, you could see underneath perfectly where the penetration from the weld was. So I just trimmed everything from the underside, finished everything up nice, undercoated everything. It turned out great. The underside looks beautiful. It's like completely finished. You can't tell where any of the seams are. This side I'm not so worried about. It's all going to get covered with some sound deadener, carpet. I'm going to make a upholstered panel that covers the firewall up to, hidden so that you can't see any of this stuff. It'll hide everything across. I'll make that to match the rest of the interior. But that's it for this one, guys. If you like the content, you're just finding me now, consider subscribing. Like the video, leave a comment. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one.